4 different species in here. Three of them venomous.
Correct.
Pose no threat to each other.
It is unreal. I wish you could have seen it earlier. We had opened our ports. We're training our Mambas to shift into a back area because they are arboreal. They have very toxic venom, and they're very fast, which is a great combo for handling.
Especially that one.
So yeah, exactly. So we're training them to shift.
Okay.
And part of that shift process, we always want it to be a positive experience.
Right.
So they had shifted into the back. We left the shift doors open, and we let them come out at their own leisure.
Okay.
We came in this morning, and that Angolan decided to go up into their shift box, and so we had the Mamba and the Angolan in the same box. No problems at all.
Oh, wow.
As long as they're happy, they're not aggressive.
Exactly, and that's the thing. I think we're trying to make sure that we educate people. There's a lot of misconceptions about snakes out there. A lot of people think that they're just stark raving mad and they just want to kill you all the time. Their venom is actually precious to them. They have the ability to bite you, and we call it a dry bite. They can bite you if they're feeling like they're being aggressed towards, but they don't want to waste that venom on a big prey. You know, you're not a prey item. So a big mammal like you, they just want you to go away. So they can actually not inject you with venom if they choose not to.
That's cool.
So there are a lot of really cool things about snakes that people just don't understand because they don't know.
Right. Yeah.
So this kind of helps us show that no, they can cohabitate very well together. They're very, very calm. That snake right there is a very relaxed snake. Our animal care specialists watch their behavior. We watch how much intake they take food-wise, and that lets us know that these guys are doing very, very well in this habitat, and they're getting along with each other very well.
So what was the thought process of having these particular species of snakes, other than the fact that they're from Africa?
Right. That was the big thing. So our directive from Joel Manby, our president and CEO of SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment, has been all new ride elements should have an animal element to them.
Right.
So they used the snakes as inspiration to, pun intended, snake the coaster around, and so we kind of paired the snakes with the roller coaster.
Okay.
We did want to make sure we stayed true to the geographical area. We're in Egypt, so we wanted to make sure we had at least African snakes. So there are a few African cobras that we could have chosen, but the thing is, cobras don't play well with others.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
And
Cobras first, no cobra.
Yeah, exactly. So we did think of that way early on, that this could be an issue, but again, through education, we think that people will understand that we felt having more snakes that are non-cobras was a better display than having one cobra.
Right. And I guess last, obviously people in the queue, they like to touch everything. How do you think they'll react to, people kicking and,
we actually have a hard time communicating through the glass. We'll be out here trying to talk to the guys inside. We have to have a special radio to talk because our normal radios, the frequency doesn't make it out of all these concrete walls.
Okay.
So we had to get a special radio that we can communicate because we've tried to yell back and forth and you can't even hear it in the habitat. One of the concerns, and it unfortunately was ignorance on some people's part, they thought that these snakes were going to be like on the ride or something and influenced by the vibrations of the ride. Mm-hmm. Clearly, it's not the case.
Yeah,
we can tell, one, by their behavior, and two, just the fact that there are 8-inch walls that separate them from the outside.
Yeah.
They're concrete. We can't hardly talk to each other through a half-inch of laminated glass, let alone through the walls. So we know that unfortunately guests sometimes aren't always courteous to our animal ambassadors, but this is very thick glass and unlikely that they will be phased by it.
Because they haven't. I mean, I think the Mamba just moved like an inch to its head to the side. So, all right, Andy, anything you want to add or ask?
That was it.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.